Hi, I'm Amy Stempo. So I came to the Miracle Weekend. Actually, I wasn't believing for any sort of miracle for myself, although I had gone through the whole list to see if there was anything I needed, and I didn't really feel like there was. I had my faith built up believing for other people. I know specifically there was other people in the church who had been believing maybe for a long time for things. And so I had really spent time in prayer ahead of time and just really had my faith built up and was just expecting to see them receive what it was they had been believing for. Then there was this point where he said, if you have scoliosis in your body, and I had once had scoliosis, but I didn't feel like it was a diagnosis that fit me anymore. And he said, or if you've ever been told in the past that you had scoliosis. And I was like, oh, hey, that's me. So I came up, I was waiting in line. When it was my turn, he was talking to me about, when I had scoliosis or whatever, and my back used to have a curve in it, I was a hunchback. And I just kind of that was just part of me. It wasn't a thing that I really thought about. It was just the way that my body was shaped. So I sat down in his chair and he was like, whoa, your legs are two different lengths. And so he prayed for one to grow, and it adjusted. And then when I stood up, I didn't feel anything different really, but everybody started hooping and hollering and clapping. I was kind of shocked. I was like, what is different? What do they see that's different? And I had to go look in the mirror to check for myself, because I guess my mind didn't really think that it had really changed. It's really exciting though. I grew also. My friends, a couple weeks later, I had gone to their house and I was telling them about the conference and about getting healed. So my back doesn't have a hunch in it anymore. And they were like, well, did you grow taller? And I was like, I don't know, I didn't measure myself. So they got out their tape measure and measured me, and I had grown a half an inch. It's kind of a weird thing for me now, 4 months after this happened. Sometimes realize, sometimes I'll just glance at myself as I'm walking past the mirror or something, and it's I look different, because there's not a hunch in my back. But also I have had to make effort to hold on to that healing, because my muscles for so long had been trained to hold that position of my spine. So when the position of my bones changed, I now have to retrain my muscles to have better posture. It's something that I'm believing for my muscles to gain the strength to hold my back in an upright position without the curve in it. I think it's important that believers and Christians from all over, that we would be here, even if it's not to believe for our own miracle, to believe for others. Because there's so many people out there that have a need for healing or some other miracle in their lives, in their families, in their bodies. And it's important that we come together as a faith community to help and believe for what others are needing, even if it's not something for ourselves. The Bible says that God is no respecter of persons. So if God would do this miracle for me, then he would do it for you or your loved ones and friends also. So whether you're a part of this church or any church or not, if you're in need of a miracle, you should be here.